Hi everyone and welcome to EComm for free. Today we are going to be going over section 1, module 1 of the free e-commerce course, which is going to be going over how to find a niche and how to find products, which is a huge part of starting an e-commerce business. Before we begin, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the alert icon down below. Alright guys, so I am super stoked about this. So when starting an e-commerce business, it is the most fun part to try to find your niche and products. The reason why that is because there's so much that you could sell, or there's possibilities are endless, right? But the problem with starting an e-commerce business, generally most of the time, is people get overwhelmed or they don't know where to start. And what I want to do is kind of break that down and kind of give you some key points to help you find a niche, as well as I'm going to go over like how I found my niche, which will also be answered pretty much in the scripts and stuff that I'm about to show you guys. Alright guys, how to find a niche in products. First of all, what is a niche? A niche represents the narrow category into which your products fall. For instance, fashion is a broad niche. High-yield shoes is a much narrower niche, which I refer to as a micro niche. Okay, don't be afraid to narrow down your niche into a micro niche. Sure, you might eliminate a few potential customers, but you'll also create more demand among people who really want what you sell. For example, when I was choosing my niche, okay, I like to play guitar. So my niche was music. Okay, I love music. That is a really broad niche though, but it gave me somewhere to start. So what I wanted to do was I pretty much wanted to find a product or a micro niche under that could contain products that had a low risk investment. So what I decided to go with was headphones. Okay. When you choose an e-commerce niche, make sure it is something you're passionate about because your brand will revolve around it. A brand is a tagline. For example, I have a website called blackpodstn.com. That's where I sell headphones, right? My brand will be blackpodstn. That's my tagline, okay? But when you're passionate about the niche you're selling underneath, okay, if anything happens, if you hit any barriers or if you have any problems with making sales for a day or something like that, when you're passionate about something, you're going to push to overcome that obstacle. You're going to grow and you're going to be better and you're going to learn, you're going to push. Okay? If you're not passionate about it, more than likely you'll fall off. You'll ditch the product. You might even stop doing e-commerce altogether. But being passionate about something generally gives you a better outcome and it always makes you strive to be better in every aspect of your business. Okay, so ask yourself these questions for finding a niche. Write down your answers and brainstorm. So what do you like to buy? What are your hobbies or what do you enjoy doing? What are problems you see in your everyday life? How can you solve the problems? Once you get a list of niches based on the answers to those questions, start thinking about products that fall under the niches. Okay. A tip I'll tell everybody is always buy low and sell high. Like pretty much a 400 to 500% profit margin. The reason why that is because especially if you are new with e-commerce, you don't want to have too much wrapped up into one product. You don't want to buy in bulk of something that's really expensive and have no market testing on. If you bought something for $100 and tried to sell it at the 400 to 500% profit margin, which would be $400 to $500, with no testing done or anything, and it doesn't sell, then you're at a huge loss. You have a huge hole that you just made for yourself. When you buy low, you have the areas to mess up and learn, to make mistakes. You know, because if, let's say I buy a product for $9. Let's say I sell it at the 500% profit margin range, which would be $45. If I mess up an ad, or if I mess up, doing something to get it in front of a customer, anything I can do, if I mess it up, that's a $9 loss. That's easier to come back from because if you figure it out and then sell another product for $45, like the next day, then you made the money back that you took an L on the day before. Just an example. Okay, so once you find a product or products under the niches that you've generated based on the questions you answered above, use Google and Amazon. That is a very powerful tool. Do keyword searches. So when I first started selling headphones, I went to Amazon. I typed in headphones and earphones and earbuds, and I started looking at the products. Okay, I found 20 products that I liked. Okay, I took all the prices for that product and I got them together and I took an average. Okay, I'm not trying to compete with Apple here. I'm just trying to compete with other generic sellers. You know what I'm saying? If you try to compete with Apple, you're going to lose. So you find other generic products that range anywhere from, $20 to $60, and you find 20 products that are like on the first search page or second, depending on how deep you want to get, and you get an average of that cost. Okay, and then that gives you an idea of where the price point you need to float around is. That's just what I've always done. And then you need to start studying, what competition is out there. How can you separate yourself from them? Write down price points of your competitors. So even though you're getting your average price with Amazon and Google from, all across the web, still write down your price of all of them, of all your competitors, because that's going to give you an idea of who you're competing with. So don't just write down your average, write down all the prices. Okay. Compare the prices to the profit margin differentials from the manufacturer price to ensure you can make money selling these items. You need to factor in shipping, advertising, seller fees if applicable, material, etc. For example, when you order a product from the manufacturer, there's going to be a shipping charge. You need to factor that in to each product individually. Take the shipping cost and divide it up amongst how many you ordered, and make sure when you make a sale that you're covering that and you're making a profit. Include your advertisement fees, your seller fees, all that stuff. Because if you think small, if I'm like, okay, let's say I run $100 in ads, but I sell one product, and let's say I thought, I made $20. No, I've actually taken a loss of like $80 because I'm not factoring in that outside cost. You have to factor in everything. Okay. If you need any help with that, you can always feel free to leave a question in the comment section below or message me directly on here or on Facebook. But yeah. Anyways, so after you've done the research, now it's time to take your list of products and start performing manufacturer searches to find products that are low-risk investments with high profit margins. On my next video, I'm going to show you the platform for B2B, which is business to business. I'm going to show you the manufacturers, like for example, I'm going to even use the headphones that I sell. I'm going to type in the headphones I sell. I'm going to show you exactly, the price of what these things cost. Okay. Cause you buy in bulk or you buy samples, you get it cheaper and then you sell it for a high profit margin. And believe it or not, hardly anybody in America knows what this platform is. And that's why you see a lot of e-commerce gurus and stuff on Facebook that are trying to sell you some expensive course, because they know this platform. I mean, it's just a website. But I'm going to give it to you for free. That's just something that I want to do. I'm going to give you the platform for free and give you an entry gateway into e-commerce. And from there on out, everything's going to be relating to that B2B site. Okay. But guys, feel free to like this video, share this video, subscribe, and hit the alert icon. Show your support, please. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below or reach out to me on Facebook. And yeah, guys, until next time, y'all have a blessed day.